with scenario 1, I haven't heard a whole lot of people talking about this with issues, but usually I go through and read a couple of them and then point out things that are wrong with them. A lot of people say something like put names in a hat and pick them out. How do you physically put a name in a hat?
Write it down on a piece of paper.
But if you didn't write that, how did I know? Alright, so now I'm going to write names on pieces of paper. I want your name on this piece of paper, but I'm going to put my name on this piece of paper. I'm doing exactly what you just said. So what should I do? Write names on equally sized pieces of paper. So I put my name on this piece of paper and I'm going to leave it on top. So now what? I want to pick mine out. So what should you do? Mix them up. Fold them. Don't look. Have somebody else pick them. Another thing that people are going to get wrong is what happens when I take that piece of paper out? Leave it out. Don't put it back. So these are little detailed things that you need to talk about here, whether you talk about paper or not, whether you talk about that decision or not. Even if you, I don't really want to get in, I don't think I wanted to yet. Everything has to be the exact same when you're picking, right? So even if you go with these crazy extreme examples, like somehow everything has to be the same. My favorite off-the-wall extreme example was put people in hamster balls that are all the exact same size, and then mix them all up, and then use one of those things like this that picks them up. But because all of them are the exact same. If you have something like put people in a pen and then catch them, like even that, some of them are larger or smaller. Some of them are faster or slower. So you need to think about something that just takes away all aspects of improving or lessening your chances. So that's why something like a piece of paper that are all the exact same, folded the same way, and mix them up, regardless if that's the direction you go. Those are the things you need to account for. Don't put it back. Make sure they're all the same, and make sure they're associated with one person and one person only. So if that helps you with your direction for scenario 1. So scenario 1 really doesn't care about mask mandate opinions at all. You're going to have no part in that. You have no decision making in this process other than how it's going to work. The way they're picked has nothing to do with this, so it doesn't matter. Scenario 2 is where it does come into play because you have to split into groups first. So you need to explain why, connecting back to the fact that our question in general is talking about mask mandates. Everybody get that part? So I want to make sure you're connecting the right things. Your scenario 3 is going to be what? It's not up there. I'm sure you can guess. Cluster. I'm not going to do stratified or systematic right now. If nothing else, it's an easy one and I don't want to waste my time with it. I'll go over one. But I have to have scenario 1 through 3 before you leave. So it gives you 20 minutes. And I'm going to give you something before you leave, but that gives you 20 minutes to finish with your group. And my explanation of number 1 should give you a little bit of a direction of kind of where to go. Questions right now?